Good morning. I'm going to show you now how to make this tumbler composter. In part one, I will make the tumbler itself, and then part two, the frame. Okay, for this project you'll need some 2x4, one barrel. This is for the non-motorized and the motorized version, the solar version. I'm thinking coffee, need it. 2 bowls, 2 3-inch hinges, stainless rod. I couldn't get these in stainless. I didn't want to expend the money. And my friend, the Flying Dutchman, made me up 2 blocks of nylon. He says nylon is better than bearing for outside. It never wears down. It swells a little bit, so we let it a bit smaller. So first and foremost, the first thing we do is I need about 3 foot of 4-inch pipe, 4-inch PVC pipe, and we're going to cut that in half for the flaps. So the first thing I'm going to do is set that out. You decide what size you're going to make. This barrel is second hand. It's thoroughly washed on the outside. When you do decide to do this, make sure that you clean the inside of it, because there could have been oil or something like that in it before. So the barrel is basically 3 foot, so 930. So we'll find the center. Now the center line is here, see the barrel here, and this is the line this way. So we can go according to that. You have to decide what size you want the flap. Now I'm thinking of making the flap about maybe 16 inches, 400 millimeters. Okay, so we'll make it 400 millimeters. And what way are we going to make it this way? Yeah, well, we're going in the arc. So we'll probably go 300 millimeters in the arc. Okay, I hate these blister packs. I think they're really bad on the environment and everything. This plastic here we're going to show here will go into our recycling. But for something that costs less than $2.99, less than $2, 2 stainless steel. I'm not using these screws, as you can see. We're going to put a bolt, but you can't use the screw. The stainless steel, put them in my pocket, and I'll put them back up in my workshop. In about 40 millimeter, I think, maybe 50, 40 should be fine. We can always put another hinge on the middle afterwards, but these ones, the reason we're drilling these ones first is we're not going to fit them, we're going to okay. Then there's no, don't smell of any oil, but we're going to clean the inside of it anyway. So inside of it, Rex to help clean it there. These ones on the end, we will seal these off with we don't have to seal them off. It's not going to be a seal. It should smell of nothing. No smell of detergent, nothing. So now we're going to put the door on. More coffee. And we have 4-inch pipe here. I ran out, but so I got my friend to give me some there. So you can put the hinges on the door first. Cut side, remember that's the way we done them. So we'll put a washer. These are the stainless steel sizes, all I have. I don't have flat. I'll probably put this one in like this. We cut them off afterwards. Anyway, this screw fits this hole perfectly. No, we won't put a washer on this side. We'll put a washer on the plastic side, of course, yeah. And oh, that sits nice and neatly. And we have washers here for this side. We'll cut these off with the angle grinder later. These are these are 4mm screws, I think. Yeah, the number 4s. And we drilled the hole 4.5. Drop one there. And we'll put these two hinges on like this. Just Mr. Allen key on the other side. Put the Allen key in here. Don't tighten it fully yet. It's in number 7. So we'll do all that up on here first before we hang this. Put them at, that's wrong, 75, 3 inches, the center of the bolt. These are 75. I might upgrade these after another while, but they're cheap. And trying to keep the budget a little bit low. The wife, you know, the wife, we all have the wife. So we're, the same stainless steels will fit in these just about. So we're going to mark these. So we'll just drill these out and then I'll get back to you. So we just put the bolts on the same as like last time, and we'll do both sides, and then we'll start back on. So just put one washer on the inside because of the plastic. These are a bit tight inside in this, but that's okay. The rest of the screws in then. We can always sand off the side of this a little bit if it continues to. Now we have them in. Now we have our door. The door done. Maybe a bit of adjustment. Our door is closing. Fine. We're going to take a little bit off there. Here, and we'll turn it with the right hand this way, rather the left hand person will turn it this way. They will turn it that way, maybe, I don't know. But anyway, we're going to put a motor on it, so we have to consider. So this is going to be our end for our turning and our motor if we do the solar version of it. So this end, so the flaps are going to go. I'll just get a marker here. I see the lid off it. So what I'm trying to say is we've got 4-inch. Yeah, it's exactly 4 inches, not 120. So this is going this way. So the flap inside will be going this way. Make up half circles from the 4-inch pipe, and it's going to go from here to here, inside, from one end to the other. The half circle, it'll be bolted in through here. So the half circle, I marked it correct the first time. This is correct. It's going to be this way. This is going to turn clockwise, okay? So this will be bolted here. Well, that marker don't work anyway. So rather than go back up to the workshop and get another saw and do it where it's all dust, I'm just going to drill it here and use the jigsaw to cut it this way. Like that. New jigsaw! Should be good. Make sure it's in before you start cutting. Nice and slow. If you have a multiple speed one. Yeah, that's not bad. Hey, that's very straight. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my straight edge. Where was the straight edge? Okay. Now preferably, I'm only going to show you what to do, then I'm going to get someone to hold this for me, okay? So I'm going to cut down along here. I'm going to cut while someone's holding, the one that's holding the camera, so when it's finished. Another little bit. So we get it in there. Now what I'm going to do then is I'm going to try and get a straight line along here. And can you see inside there? Right, so you know what we're doing wrong now? We have it facing the wrong way. We have it facing this way, okay? Because this way we're going to be lifting the stuff up on this side. So now the next thing I have to do, I think what I'm going to do, how am I going to mark the ends? It's going to be more difficult to get the inside of it inside. I have a line across. Now I've drilled these 4 pieces holes. Going to push it in then. I'm going to straighten it with my eye. Well, I'm going to drill one hole on one end and then straighten it with my eye. I have a fairly good eye. If you don't, find an alternative way of getting it. And then when I get this one, I'll get a line straight across on the inside for the bottom one. Okay, put it back the other way for the second. This one is in. This one is because the door is on the wrong side. I got mixed up there. So you need someone to help you with this. The wife will even be able to hold the nut on the far side. You can see in here. We put one in here. Somewhere there you'll see it. And if you can't, it's there. Now we've come to the point that we have the inside all done. We have tidying up to do with screws and that. Now you have to decide if you're going to go ahead with a solid axle like I have here, stainless steel, that you can drive it by solar. That's what I would do now. I would drill for that and put plates on it, and then attach the stainless steel to the plate in by either TIG weld or epoxy or whatever. But if you're going to use just for a normal tumbling one, I would just put a plastic pipe in there and make up an A-frame and turn it, and that's it. Basically, if that's the way you're going to go, the simple way, then you're almost finished. You just have to make up a frame. Whereas going my way now, there's quite a little bit more work anyway. But I'm going to make this one as a manual and then convert it into electric then after, or solar powered afterwards. The Flying Dutchman John made for me to screw onto this, so and then we put a TIG weld into the other into the rod shaft. I'm going to drill this one. It doesn't matter if this is a bit big or not. I'm going to try a fastener bit in it on slow speed. They're really not meant for plastic, but anyway. We're through. I'll do the other one on the other end the same. Now, for those who are wondering what we're actually really doing here, I'll just make it really simple here, explain to you what we're going to do so that we can use a drive shaft on it. This plate here is going to be screwed onto the drum, and one on the other end. I don't have it yet. Then there will be a spacer between here and there, and a washer, and then there'll be another one on this side. And this will be sunk into the wood. I think I'll screw the bottom half of this into the wood, or maybe not, and have this upside down, maybe like this, and that's sunk into the wood and fixed to the A-frame, that is. And then we have drive shaft here. The reason I need another plate on this end, because this is attached to nothing. This is touching off the plastic, and that's not going to work out. You see that, Jane? So now you see the idea. This is bolted up to this. Make another plate on the other end. Just put a little weld here with the TIG welder, and on both ends, and that means this bar is attached to this drum with plenty of torque. And then this one will have a winding handle on it, or we will take the winding handle off. Then we're going to put a pulley on it and a little motor, and we'll have a solar panel running it. That's the idea. But anyway, at this stage we're making it so that we can do that, whether we do or not. This actually can go back in a bit. The next job I'm going to do is I'm going to make the A-frame. We're after spending, at this stage, we're after spending nearly 2 hours doing this. I have some assistance, but he's mostly using the camera. For holding the nuts and things like that, even your small child will be able to do it for you. So make sure you vacuum up all the plastic shavings and make sure that they're disposed of, because there's not very much, but there is still some like this, look. So make sure you gather all that up and put it in the recycling plastic. And so I'll go and get another plate made up, and then I'll come back to you now. There's my 2x4. It's treated wood from New Zealand. It's pine. You buy this in the US, I know, everywhere, because I have a friend from there, and it's cheap. It's about $2 per board foot or less, maybe $1.5, $1.50 per board foot. So I have two 10-foots there. I didn't make out how much I need and what height I'm going to make this yet, but I wanted a little bit higher because we have dogs, okay, so, and I don't want them to mess around with it, especially if it starts moving in the middle of the night. Okay, the Dutchman's after welding. It's difficult to weld because the bar is 16 millimeter, and for it to heat up enough for the TIG welding. But it's done. Now I'm going to put down on the other end, because it's not really doing anything here. What I'm going to do, so that we can take this off if we ever want to take it off, the drive shaft, I'm just going to put silicone in there so it won't be rubbing off it like that. It's not turning, right? It's not going to be turning because it's going to be fixed. So just to seal it and to stop it shaking or whatever, we'll do that. The pins, I'm going to put 2 pins, not on this end, on the other end, because that's the driving end. And that's to stop it swaying from left to right. Okay. Now you can buy these little nylon washers, or you can make your own. Mine is the wrong size, so no, don't do it the way I'm doing it. I'm going to do it in my hand because I'm used to using a gel. Nice and slowly, and then that's 14, 16. Now that should fit on here. Fits on perfect, and then this is going on. And remember, this is going to be going this way. This is going to be sunk into the wood, and the bottom part will be screwed to the wood. And the other nylon one, which I cut earlier. Now put this on here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put a pin here and a pin here. That will stop the whole thing going back. We have our A-frame here, which is joined together, and this one will be running free. This is attached to the barrel, so this is going to be difficult to drill. So if you don't have a bench drill, I don't know what to say. If you don't have a bench drill, you could put a clamp on it on either side. So now we have, as you see here, we have our stops on each side. We put the washer over against it like this. And this will be sitting on top of whatever stand you want to make. I'm going to make a wooden A-frame stand. So this turns around. I'm going to put it up on a chair for you to see in a minute. You saw all our hinges working there. Fine, a little bit of a bend there, we might make a modification. This will be just free there because the A-frame will be attached on both ends. To one end, each one will be attached. So they will be supported from going in and out. So I'll put some silicone in there so that this won't just go up and down like that. Other than that, it's not turning in it. So we'll put it up on 2 chairs and see what it looks like. Of course, some of you might have noticed the second time was the right way to do it. The scoop needs to come up. So when we're coming clockwise from this side, down here, it should have been where this hatched one is here. It needs to be this way, see? So this is where I done it first, that's where I corrected myself, and then I went away from it and I came back again. So this is the correct one. And as you can see inside in the barrel, this one is going to lift up all the stuff and tumble over and drop it all down. So now I've just put it up onto 2 chairs before we make up the stand. You could make a little small stand that size if you wanted to. Or you can make it stand up higher so you won't be hurting your back. Now I have dogs and they're out all night, 3 golden retrievers and another dog. So anyway, just see does it work. See it works nice and smoothly. And that's sitting off the door. It's moving on the chair. But thank you for watching the video, and if you like it, please subscribe to our channel, and we'll hopefully make some more new videos on this new channel. The old channel will still be going. I'll probably put this on the old channel all in one. That's the carpentry channel, but for the gardening channel I'm leaving this as one. So thank you for watching.